online with zero capital. You can visit the Tendo app, find t-shirts for whatever price, say 50 cedis. You can add your 20 cedis margin to it, and start sharing on social under your own name. And when you get a sale, Tendo actually handles the whole transaction. So we will deliver it to your customer at 70 cedis, the price that you set, and send your 20 cedis profit to your wallet.
And where does Tendo benefit in this deal? Because from your calculations, all this money is already out. the seller's 50 and the extra 20, all gone. Where does Tendo become a part of this deal and benefits from it?
So essentially, there are aspects of the model where we generate revenue, essentially on the supply side. So we don't own most of the products that are on the app. So essentially, we charge suppliers a fee for generating sale for them through the platform.
The suppliers bear that cost,
yes,
which allows Tendo to run.
Exactly.
That's interesting. Here you're also into influencer marketing.
Yeah, I mean, the platform in itself is being utilized by so many different people. So stay-at-home moms, students, but also influencers, so social media influencers who have an audience are also using Tendo as a way to sell to that audience without having to manage all the backend. So we interact a lot with influencers.
Interesting. So how long has this product been in existence?
Well, we started working on it during the pandemic, so that was in 2020. But the app itself went live around 2021. And since then, we've gone live in Ghana and Nigeria as well.
How's it been going so far?
It's been going well. We have well over 1,000 merchants who reach about 12,000 customers across Ghana and Nigeria. And we have sellers who make up to about 2,000 cedis and above monthly. And they are able to use this money for themselves, for their households, and different things. That's something that we're excited about.
That's interesting. Felix, yeah? So you're a tech guy.
Yes.
Let's delve into this. I'm interested in this influential discussion because you hear that term being thrown a lot around a lot lately. What does Tendo describe as an influencer?
So the way we see influencers is simply anyone who can persuade or shape thoughts, right? So the thought of their audience, and it's not just limited to social media influencers. Even when you go to markets, there are market women who are influencers because they have a louder voice and they're able to shape that kind of thought of the whole community that they belong to. So for us, it's simply anyone who has an audience, either because they are interesting or they've built some kind of expertise, and they're able to shape the thoughts of that audience with whatever they share.
So there's actual money to be made as an influencer?
Yes, there is.
Is that right?
There is.
What are some of the modules to explore if you want to go into that kind of marketing?
Yeah, so it's the interesting thing about influencer marketing is people in general make decisions based on trust. So once I trust someone and I follow his recommendations, I'm able to just basically go along with a decision or make a decision based on what he or she shares. So as an influencer, we have people who essentially would recommend products that they've used to their audience and pay for something like that. We also have influencers who, like I said, leverage on Tendo, for instance, to start their own brand, so sell products to their audience, products that they've tested, they've vetted, and they give these recommendations. And we have people who act generally as ambassadors for different brands, so market the brands to their audience and charge a fee for that. So those are the different models that you can explore if you want to get into influencer marketing. Which platforms can you tell me pay directly and the ones who pay indirectly? Can you categorize that for me for an influencer? Right. So essentially, if you look at a platform like YouTube, YouTube pays is one of the highest paying influencer platforms or general platforms that pays a lot. Also, other platforms like Instagram, for instance, and TikTok have started payment models to their creators.
Directly?
Direct payments.
TikTok and...
Yes, and Instagram.
Oh, yeah?
They have creator packages that are available for their influencers, some of their top influencers. So those are some of the options that are available. And obviously, there are the indirect routes where you essentially build your audience and charge a fee for the service.
And charge a fee for your service.
Correct.
So the most appropriate platforms to use would be Instagram, YouTube,
TikTok.
Twitter
is interesting because Twitter is more about thoughts, people's opinions and conversations.
There are not many influencers there because people don't want to express themselves.
Exactly. Yeah.
People want to hide behind nice photos and just get away with it. But on Twitter, you can hardly do that.
Yeah. But Twitter has a different kind of influencer. It has something called micro-influencers. So people who are really niche down, they have expertise, whether it's cryptocurrency or makeup, very niche down in their expertise. And people who are interested in that kind of expertise follow them and they're also influencers if you think about it.
That's interesting. How big is this influencer market in Ghana? Can you estimate?
It's quite huge. I'm not sure about the Ghanaian market, but globally, it's a $1 billion market. In Ghana, there are thousands of influencers across who charge anywhere between $100 to $500 for each gig that they do. Some charge way more. Yeah. Some charge way more based on their audience. So it's something that, as a young person, is actually a very viable, I would even say a career path if you want to take it full time. Actually, we've seen people like Kali J and Kojo Sheldon take on influencers. Take it serious and go full time on it, and they've done incredibly well. And it's something that you can also do as a side job if you have,
just make it work.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll talk about how the economy is treating you as a tech entrepreneur and how Tendo is trying to turn this around. But just hang on for me. Let me inform the people about the Orca Ghana market, which comes off on the 16th of December to the 18th of December 2022. So Orca is inviting all proudly Ghanaian SMEs to exhibit their products at their monthly Orca Ghana market this Christmas. The Christmas edition of Orca Ghana market comes off Friday 16th to Sunday 18th December 2022. To participate in this market, visit www.orcadeco.com.gh or call or WhatsApp this numbers 050-139-5834. Think home, think Orca. And mind you, today is also the last day for your registration. So today is November 15th. You have to register by today to be a part of that Orca Ghana market. Back to you, Felix. It's been a tough time for entrepreneurs. How are you coping at Tendo?
Yeah, it's been a tough year. I mean, we've seen a lot of businesses have to close down because of high inflation, currency fluctuations. I think for us and because we serve entrepreneurs, so we're a platform, but our platform serves entrepreneurs, and we've seen a lot of our entrepreneurs, build a lot of resilience through this process. So find different ways to approach, their business and just being innovative around it. I think the good thing is technology actually helps in significantly reducing cost. So you realize that most people who had some kind of online presence or some kind of online base were able to withstand some of these things because their cost base was significantly lower. But it's generally been a tough time, and we've seen a lot of innovation and resilience, and we're just hoping that things continue to get better.
You should try to go around it.
Yes.
Let me ask you this very important one, because the internet is where we all live as tech entrepreneurs, yeah? And now it's looking like the telcos are going to review upwards. The internet that we've already been complaining is not enough is going to become or sound.
It's tough. I think for us, especially in the parts of the world, what we need to see really on the industry side is obviously more competition, more innovation to drive down the cost of data plans. The challenge here is that technology is advancing. Things like AI and video content have proven to provide a better experience for users, but there are also things that require more internet. And so if we're in a situation where more internet is required, but internet is getting expensive, it's not helpful, right? So we're just hoping for a more conducive environment where innovation can happen. These kind of innovation can only happen with the private sector, just in finding solutions, finding ways to drive data costs down, finding alternative ways to get people online that are cheaper, and just providing that environment for that innovation to happen. But we're just really hoping and looking forward to finding more solutions to help people drive down the cost of.
As someone who started a business in the middle of the digitization agenda of the government, has that actually been directly helpful to you as a tech entrepreneur? Do you think?
I think it has. I think it has. I mean, there are different studies that actually show that digitization has a net positive effect on economies, right? So Google had a report recently called Economy Africa Report, and it showed that right now the digitization effort across Africa has provided about $115 billion in value. And that is expected to go to $180 billion in the next 5 years. And we see this, these are not just numbers, we see this around with platforms like Uber, for instance, has created like a whole gig economy where now people can list their rights, get money, and earn an income. And so there is a viable way to actually, it has a positive impact on the economy, but I think it goes back to the first point. Digitization does not happen in a vacuum. There has to be foundations being laid. There has to be affordable internet. It has to be accessible. And also poverty, things like income levels have to go up, because if I don't have money to eat, I won't have money to buy data.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So
I have to eat first.
Exactly. So there are different things, fundamental things that need to be solved, infrastructural problems that need to be improved. In combination with the digitization effort that's going on.
Interesting. Your last word to the players in your industry.
Yeah, I'll say influencers drive a lot of thoughts, shape society in different ways, and so I'll just encourage them to continue being original, be resilient. And if you're looking to monetize your influencer or your audience, just visit Tendo, www.tendo.app. Scroll down, there's an email, just reach out to us. We'll be very happy to help you get started, monetize, create a brand, start selling products to your audience, and earn some income for yourself.
Very eloquent in your thoughts. Many thanks.
Thank you
for your time this morning, Felix. Jackie is up next with another conversation. It's a back-to-back day. Don't go nowhere. It's a hot day. Stay tuned to Express.